Hey, welcome back to All Those Madness. We're here for our next episode, and it is about the UFC. So, Siege, tell me, what attracted you to the UFC?
You know, as a kid, I wasn't really interested in UFC at the time. It was probably in the early 2000s. That's when I really was like starting to catch on with it. And I would probably say like it was around that time when I saw you at social gatherings with some friends and you guys were drinking some beers while watching the fights. And one guy that stood out to me was like BJ Penn. And he was licking off of his gloves, you know, the blood and stuff. That's very iconic in the sport. And I didn't really grow interest until like 8th grade, which was like around 2008. And that was around the time when I started to really notice because of like Lyoto Machida. He was on the come up and he was starting to challenge these top fighters, including Rashad Evans. I mean, that was like the notorious fight where he just knocked him out cold because people didn't really see that happening. And ever since then, he was just starting to freaking get people, piecing him out and everything. And he still is to this day my favorite fighter because of that, because of his unorthodox style and, you know, his Machida karate, even has his own style, you know, martial arts, which is crazy.
Yeah, it took the wrestlers a long time to realize they couldn't just come in for a shot on a guy that knew karate like that, because you were walking into his power, whether it be a knee or a punch, a strike, and he was just sitting back waiting for you to do that. So they had to figure him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible. I still remember vividly like the fight when he went up against Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader went in to try to freaking take him down and he gave him a knee.
Yeah,
just knocked him out.
Double leg right into a knee.
Yeah. And he just knocked him out on sight, which was so crazy. Well, in 2008, that's when I started to notice more of the fighters and everything, and that's when I became a fan because there was a lot of like really good fighters at the time. I mean, I think Vanderlei Silva was still around. There was Shogun. There was the Nogueira Bros. 2008 was like the point where I was becoming a fan, and still a fan to this day. I mean, I go crazy whenever I watch fights. And what you see in front of you right now is like a bunch of autographs that we've collected over the years. And we haven't really made it grow as of recent, but we're still going to be looking out and trying to see if we can score deals on some of like the new fighters and such. But some people I can point out, for example, is like Lyoto Machida, of course, my all-time favorite. Joanne Calderwood, JoJo, Michelle Watterson, the Karate Hottie. There is John Dodson. That guy was fast as heck. Demetrius Johnson, which is another fast guy, Mighty Mouse. Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She was super dominant at the time too. Well, I mean, as of recent. Luke Rockhold, Tyron Woodley, Tony Ferguson of Kukui, Gray Maynard. He had some really good fights, especially with like, what's his name?
346 minutes later.
Hughes? Matt Hughes?
No.
Florian?
No. Another small dude that was super good. He was always like
Frankie Edgar.
Yeah. That guy right
Edgar,
there. Yeah. I think he had a couple of fights with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which were crazy. And then also Misha Tate, Claudia Galdelia, Chris Justino, also known as Cyborg. This one's like unlimited to 50 out of 50. Benson Henderson, he was pretty dominant when he went into the UFC.
He was a champ.
And I mean, there was also that fight, you know, the last fight of the WEC with him and Anthony Pettis, and Anthony Pettis did like the iconic off the cage kick to him and made him drop. That was so crazy. But he really bounced back from that because he became a UFC champion and he was able to defend his belt. And then we also have some that are different from the fighters, which are the ring girls. We have Ariane Celeste, number out of 25, and also Brittany Palmer, numbered out of 225. And this is probably our most valuable one right here, Sean O'Malley, rookie autograph, and goes for about $500. I'm not sure what it goes for now, but I mean, that was the last time we checked, and that was like a few months ago. We also have Stipe Miocic, which is, he's still relevant, numbered out at 21 out of 50 because it's a gold top scrum. We also have Cain Velasquez. This guy, I mean, he had so many good fights. but now he's dealing with some personal issues. Well, hopefully he can bounce back from that. And then we also have Yoel Romero, Soldier of God. That guy is still crazy to this day. Dude is super ripped, even for his age. I mean, he's pushing close to 50 by now, I think, which is incredible. But yeah, I mean, that's the cards that we got for the autographs. And then we also have some memorabilia. We have 4 of the fight gloves signed by some of the guys that we can remember. Bear with us, because there's some that we might not be able to remember from. There's one particular glove that we just don't know. It's the unknown glove, we'll say. This one's the Gilbert Melendez. The one up top, we're not too sure what that is, but looks cool. And then this one pops. Which one's that one?
This is Daniel Cormier, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier, 2 weight class world champion, and also an Olympic wrestler. Really good guy, and great with the kids. This guy does so much for wrestling and for the fight sports.
For sure. He had the John Jones fight, 2 of them. I mean, his first fight was close, and then the second one was just blatant to freaking to John Jones. I mean, he definitely handled him, but I mean, there was also the picogram. It's pretty funny, but you know. And then this is the unknown glove. This one's really tough to decipher. It looks cool. I mean, there's like 4 fighters that signed it, but we'll just say it's unknown. And then this one's pretty iconic because this one's signed by Joseph Benavidez, Shane Carwin, and then also this man right here. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, Kevin the Machine Randleman.
Yeah. He was a super nice guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. Also a wrestler that came into the sport.
Hell of a fighter in the Pride FC days too.
And the guy was in such great shape.
Yeah.
Just ripped. And every one of his fights was exciting.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we have the speed bag here with all kinds of different signatures from when the UFC first came to Portland. And we happened to go down for the weigh-in, and we brought this along with us and had just about everybody on the card sign it. So I'll let you speak about that, CJ.
But yeah, this punching bag has various fighters that signed it. Pretty iconic ones too. I mean, the first one that really stands out is the Randy Couture. Pretty crazy. We also have Gabriel Gonzaga, Jay Glazer, the reporter, broadcaster, Bruce Buffer, the announcer. Very iconic. Tim Hague. There is Matt Lindland, Mark Munoz, Ryan Bader, Uriah Faber, Vanderlei Silva, the Axe Murderer, Rashad Evans. And yeah, it's a very well-rounded punching bag signed by a lot of legends.
Yeah,
which is really cool. And this was signed back in 2009 when they had their first UFC appearance in Portland, Oregon. And then also we have a funny story about the Randy Couture autograph. It almost didn't happen, but Vic, take it away.
Yeah, so CJ's carrying this, and Randy Couture comes through, and he's in a hurry. They're on the way out of the hotel there to go to dinner, and CJ asks for an autograph. He goes, we're in a hurry. We're late. We got to get to dinner. So from behind us, this woman's voice comes up and says, "Randy, come back here and sign that." So he stopped in his tracks, walked back, and signed it for Siege, all because his mom told him to.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So it was a cool thing to see, and I think she was just trying to show him that he needed to appreciate every fan out there, because the reason these guys make a living at this is because we pay to watch and we pay to go see the events.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance to support these guys, they're fighting for their livelihood, you know. a lot of these guys, this is all they've gotten. It's a pretty short-lived career in the fight game. So you can get a chance to get out there and support them. Give them all the help you can.
Yeah, I mean, they would very, very much appreciate it. And I mean, their health is always on the line, especially in every fight. You never know if they're going to get knocked out, and that's also detrimental to their health, which sucks, but it's part of the sport. And then going back to the trading cards, we have a bunch of Henry Cejudo autograph cards. We have one in particular that's signed out of 10. I think it's a 3 out of 10. Very nice, blue and shiny. And then we have 10 of like numbered at 150. Yeah, we really invested in Henry Cejudo because we knew that he's very credentialed, very well-rounded, and pretty much solidified himself to become a UFC Hall of Famer.
And the advantage he has is his mind. He thinks through what he's going to do in his fights.
Yeah.
That's why he is being so successful right now as a trainer for a lot of the top fighters in the UFC. They go to him to figure out game plans on how to defeat people that their skills might not have gotten it through, but with his work, they're being able to do it.
He's very smart. He has a very good fight IQ, and rumor has it he might come back. He might be training to try to fight Alexander Volkanovski to take his belt. But I mean, that's going to be a tough fight because Volkanovski can punch. He is a very good fighter. Will not deny that. I mean, he already proven it against Max Holloway like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Henry, and I'd love to see him take Volkanovski out.
Yeah. That would be incredible. That would be a big upset too, because people wouldn't be expecting that. And that would solidify his career, especially taking a break.
Well, we want to thank you once again for joining us on Muldo's Madness.
Yeah.
And we look forward to our next get-together here. Hope you have a great one.
Yeah, hope you guys have a good one. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I mean, every subscription to the channel helps. And also any comments or anything that's on your mind or anything that you think we could do better, please let us know. We're always down to try to do better in every episode. And lately the skits have been kind of shifting, but I promise you that we will be back on track on that. It's just the time management thing. We've been busy doing other things and trying to rearrange our collections from over the years. But yeah, thanks for watching Muldo's Madness, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.